What's going on, family? I'm Scrapbook Boxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuff series. I'm going to continue to examine 100 years of the greatest 150 black fighters of all times. Now, Kurt Anderson and myself has selected Thomas the Hitman Hearns to be placed on this list of 100 years of the greatest 150 black fighters of all times. Let's take a look at the career of Thomas the Hitman Hearns. Now, Hearns stood 6'1". He had a 78-inch reach. He would have a total bout career of 67 fights, with 61 wins, 48 knockouts. He would lose 5 fights and lose 4 by knockout. He would have 1 draw. Now, Hearns' manager and trainer would be Emanuel Stewart. R.I.P. to him. Emanuel Stewart would run the Kronk Stable, which would have a bundle of fighters in that gymnasium. Also in the corner of Thomas Hearns is Thomas Hearns' older brother, Billy Hearns. His father, Ronald Hearns, and Thomas Hearns' entourage. Now, as an amateur, Thomas Hearns would have a record of 155 wins, 8 losses. He would only have 7 knockouts. 1975, he would win the bantamweight silver medalist at the National Golden Glove Tournament. 1976, he would participate in the lightweight silver medalist at the National Golden Gloves. Now, he would lose to Mike Ayala. They called him Miguel. Mike Ayala was a very, very good fighter. He was brothers with Tony Ayala, and Tony Ayala would be incarcerated on 2 separate occasions. 1976, Hearns would participate as a lightweight, a silver medalist at the National Golden Glove Tournament. He would lose to Aaron Pryor in 3 rounds. 1976, he would be a silver medalist as a lightweight at the National Golden Gloves, Amateur Athletic Union, which was the AAU competition. Now, he would face Howard Davis Jr. He would lose to him in 3 rounds. Howard Davis Jr. would wind up becoming a participant in the 1976 Olympic Games in Montreal. 1977, Thomas Hearns would participate in the National Golden Gloves as a light welterweight champion. He would take on Ronnie Shields, defeating him in 3 rounds, and Bobby Joe Young, defeating him in 3 rounds. Bobby Joe Young, later in his career, would give the loss to Aaron Pryor. Aaron Pryor would give a loss to Thomas Hearns in the amateurs. 1977, National Amateur Athletic Union Light Welterweight Championships. Thomas Hearns would be voted fighter of the tournament. He would take on Bobby Joe Young once again, defeat him in 3 rounds. And Andre Curry, defeating him in 3 rounds. Now, as a professional, he would defeat Pepino Cuevas, knocking him out in 2 rounds for the WBA Welterweight Championship title, August 2nd, 1980. He would lose the WBA Welterweight Championship bout to WBC welterweight champion Sugar Ray Leonard. He was stopped in the 14th round. It was a unification bout that took place September 16, 1981. It would be the Ring Magazine Fight of the Year. Now, Thomas Hearns will go on to have some other great moments in boxing. He would defeat Wilfred Benitez, 15-round majority decision. He would win the WBC Super Welterweight Championship belt on December 3rd, 1982. He would defeat Roberto Duran by 2nd-round knockout. He would successfully defend his WBC Super Welterweight Championship belt, June 15th, 1984. Now, he would have the fight of his life, but he would lose in 3 rounds to Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Both those men they were supposed to be fighting in 1982. Thomas Hearns damaged his pinky finger, and he couldn't continue with the contract of that fight. But the pressure was something else, because Thomas Hearns would be calling the round and predicting what would happen in that fight. He said after the 3rd round, someone would be carried out. And he predicted the round, and he predicted the situation. Well, when they fought in 1985, I had the pleasure of being at that fight. And Thomas Hearns was correct. Someone would be carried out. and it would be the third round. Unfortunately, it was him. And that was one of the most thrilling moments for me, the Thomas Hearns and Marvelous Marvin Hagler fight. Now, I've been to several Thomas Hearns fights early in his career and later on in his career. I was at the Barkley fight with Thomas Hearns in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I was also at the James Schuler fight with Thomas Hearns. It was on the undercard of Mugabe and Hagler. Juan Rodin. I was at several Hearns fights. And it was always a thriller. I was at the Dennis Andres fight with Thomas Hearns when he would collect the light heavyweight championship belt. So Thomas Hearns would defeat Juan Domingo Rodin. And he was stopped in 4 rounds. It was amazing. October 1987. October 29th, 1987. I'm tongue-tied today. And Thomas Hearns would become a 4-weight division champion at that time. Now, he would lose the WBC middleweight championship belt to Iran Barkley. Lost to him June 6, 1988, Las Vegas, Nevada. That's the fight I was at. And Iran Barkley was looking at the floor, swung away, found Hearns' chin, and hit him again while he was down. And then Hearns hit his head on the way down to the canvas. And it seems like Iran Barkley had Thomas Hearns' number because he would take his WBC middleweight strap away from him. He would lose it to Roberto Duran. In Atlantic City, I was at that fight as well. But then Hearns would upset Virgil Hill for his WBA light heavyweight championship crown. And Barkley would take the WBA light heavyweight championship crown from Thomas Hearns. How ironic. Hearns would defeat Dennis Andres for the WBC light heavyweight championship crown, March 7th, 1987. And he would defeat James the Heat Kinchin for the WBO middleweight championship crown. So Thomas Hearns, he would come back and have that rematch with Ray Leonard in 1989. I felt he won. They made it a draw. Thomas Hearns was the goods. And if he were around today, he would be a multiple champion in multiple weight divisions. Majority of knockouts. Thomas Hearns was a hell of a fighter. I believe that Thomas Hearns could fight in most eras. And for that reason, he has been placed 100 years of the greatest 150 black fighters of all times. Thanks for watching. Thomas the Hitman Hearns. What a fighter. Thomas Hearns was in there with fighters as Bruce Curry, Dennis Andres, Nate Miller, Virgil Hill, Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, Uriah Grant, Wilfred Benitez, Murray Sutherland, Roberto Duran, Doug DeWitt, Dennis Andres. I mean, he was in there with them all. So shout out to Thomas the Hitman Hearns. Great fighter he was.
Super welterweight champion of the world, Thomas the Hitman Hearns. wonder what is wrong with me. Well, I'm in a daze from your love, you see. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go. People go around the world for love, and they never find what they dream of. What you won't do to do for love. You tried everything, but you don't give up. In my world, only you make me do for love what I would not do. My friends wonder what is wrong with me. Well, I'm in the daze from your love, you see. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go. I only want the best, it's true. Can't believe the things I do for you. What you won't do for love. You've tried everything, but you won't give up. In my world, only you made me do for love what I would not do. Made me do for love what I would not do. Make me do for love what I would not do.